Welcome back to Humanitarian Horizons. I'm your host, Christina DiArcangelo. Today's episode is a difficult one that touches on tragedy, respect, and the values we choose to model for our next generation. As you all know, recently news broke out of the passing of Charlie Kirk. For many, Charlie was a husband, a father, a friend, and a colleague. For others, he was a political figure whose viewpoints sparked debate and even disagreement. But regardless of where you stood in relation to his ideas, the fact remains that he was a human being. A life was lost and a family is grieving, and children are now without their father. What has shocked so many in the wake of this tragedy is not just the news of Charlie's death, but the disturbing response we've been seeing from all corners of our society, particularly among certain school officials and teachers who have chosen to celebrate his passing on social media. Let me say this: celebrating someone's death is never acceptable. Think about this message that is being sent to our kids when those that are tasked with educating, guiding, and inspiring our youth, the very people we trust to model ethical behavior, choose instead to publicly rejoice in another person's death. We are teaching the next generation how to behave. We are teaching them that hatred is justified if we disagree with someone. If we disagree with someone, we are teaching them that cruelty is permissible if we don't like another person's views. And we are teaching them that compassion and empathy are conditional and not universal. As a mother, this enrages me. This enrages me and terrifies me at the same. I have a son who's growing up in this world, and I do not want him to be influenced by radical, dangerous viewpoints from teachers or school officials who celebrate another human being's death. Schools should be a safe place to learn, not spaces where hatred and disrespect are normalized. Public servants, including teachers and school officials, are held to a higher standard because they shape lives, not just through lessons in math and reading or science or health, but through examples they set in everyday actions. When they choose to mock or celebrate death, they abandon their ethical duty and their social responsibility. This isn't a free speech issue. This is an ethics issue. Yes, you can legally say many things, but just because that doesn't mean you should. And when your words can cause harm, when they strip dignity from the grieving, I've seen this firsthand with the deaths of my mother, brother, father, when they model cruelty instead of compassion, you have failed in your responsibility as an educator, in my opinion. In my view, those who publicly celebrated Charlie Kirk's death have demonstrated a conduct that's unbecoming. They don't deserve the positions that they once had. They should not be influencing our children. They should not have the opportunity. Let's just step back for a moment. Every time we lose someone, whether we admired them, disagreed with them, or barely knew them, we're reminded of the fragility of death. Death is a great equalizer. And in those moments, our humanity should come first. We don't have to endorse every idea a person stood for to recognize the value of their life. We don't have to agree that every belief they have, but we need to be compassionate to their families. Again, Charlie Kirk was a father. He was a husband, a human being who had flaws with strengths and a life story that ended far too soon. That alone deserves respect. Let's take the politics out of this. This isn't about left or right or who or what. It's about a human being. We have to stop politicizing his death. We need to stop thinking that it's, oh, this person or that person. This person says, we don't like this. It doesn't matter. Someone died. It doesn't matter. That person and the family deserves respect. So I ask my listeners, what are we modeling for the children in our communities? Are we showing them that disagreement can coexist with decency? Are we teaching them that respect for human life transcends politics, religion, and ideology? Or are we letting bitterness and cruelty become the loudest voices in the room? As a mother, I know my son is watching. My son has said multiple things to me about this since Charlie Kirk has passed. I know that he has worries. I'm a public person. I have a podcast. I stand for certain things that people might not like either. But I want my son to grow up seeing examples of compassion, accountability, and humanity, empathy, understanding, not hatred, disguised as justice. We must do better. We need to demand accountability from our public servants. We need to remind our educators that their influence is profound. And with that comes responsibility. And we need to hold ourselves to the same standard, recognizing that every word, every action, and every social media post has the power to either uplift or destroy. To Charlie Kirk's family, I extend my deepest condolences. To those who celebrated his death, I say this: reflect on what message you've sent to the children watching. This behavior is unacceptable. We must not lose our sight of sharing humanity. We must remember why we're here. What is our purpose? What are we supposed to be doing as a society? Are we supposed to be celebrating deaths? Is that what we're supposed to be doing? Is that where we're going in the world? Is celebrating death? And I say world because I've watched things across the world since this has happened, multiple countries, etc., protesting and doing all kinds of things or supporting. Listen, everybody has the right to an opinion. Everybody has a right to speak. However, people do not, and cannot manipulate the minds of children as a result of their bad decisions, meaning that they think it's a good idea that someone died, that someone's husband, someone's father, somebody's friend died. So I'll leave you with, we need to really think about humanity. I'm very concerned as to where we are going in this world, and it hurts my heart. I have been praying nonstop since all of this has happened, praying for humanity, praying for all the people that have done what they've done with their crazy behavior, saying things that they've been saying, praying for those that knew Charlie, for his family, and everyone else. This is Christina DiArcangelo, and you've been listening to Humanitarian Horizons. Thank you for joining me today for this difficult and necessary conversation. Let's continue to advocate for compassion, accountability, and respect in life and death. Thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting me. May God bless.